Hi guys, Let's Go here. In today's video we are back at Bridgetown and we are going to continue building on this right side of the bridge. Let's get into it. Right, so after the previous video you guys gave me quite a good amount of ideas for what to build up here. So what I'm planning on doing is making a couple of ground level houses. So there's going to be one here and one here. And on this side we're going to have another house with a rooftop garden. So I'm going to start this one here. So this is quite a basic structure that I've got here. It's a small house for somebody to live in. It's literally like 1.5, and the half is literally just a walkway. So it's going to be very tight in here, but it does have a little section on the top, so we can come around here and go up. And we've got like a little seating area that we can have up here. I'm not sure whether I will attach it to this, but for now it's on its own. And I made a funky little roof structure here out of posts from Workshop Rearranged, and we've got some bits from, I believe this is G2M, not 100% sure. Then we've got like master plan, like barriers up, and it all looks rather scrappy and thrown together. And what I want to do next is build something on here. This is going to be a slightly bigger house. If you're enjoying the video so far guys, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It really helps the channel out a lot. This is our second little structure that we've got here. It's a little bit bigger than the one next to it, with the covered garden up top. And when I say it's not quite as big, like you can see that this outer cap is actually like across the big floor, so it's not quite full, and I will fill in this gap. But this gives us a decent living area inside. Again, this was just using G2M and new shack walls. And you can see just above my head we've got a bit of a bridge going on. It doesn't look very supported right now, but I'm going to add some extra bits to make it a bit more secure. So we'll just jump up here and I'll give you a better look. You can see like it's very thrown together, but they can come along here. Technically you can get onto this bit, but no one's going to be doing that, are they? But you can get up to here, and I want to do this conduit like railing along here as well. So let's just jump forward again. Now I've reinforced this bridge a bit. It still looks quite rickety, but overall it's a bit more sturdy. It's got a bunch of posts up there with the conduits to make up some railings, and it will allow like a bit more freedom up here, because I'm going to remove this bit of railing so you can actually access the rooftop garden, which is going to go on this build here. So we'll just jump up and get onto that next. So we're starting to feel a little claustrophobic in here. Like you can see everything's kind of overlapping up the top. Now we've got this in here. I did want this to expand out over, but I literally blocked this entrance, which was not ideal. But it's just a 2x1 little structure here with stuff from Master Plan and G2M. And since it's like into this like fence railing thing, don't really know, railing, yeah, definitely a railing. Since it's into there, I figured rather than have it all sticking through, that I'd put this cover on it, so it doesn't look as bad, and it kind of looks like they've just put the wood on the top. And since I know that I didn't want a proper roof on here, I have left it open for now, and we can move on to the rooftop garden. So you can see I've got the little corrugated plastic stuff from Curatab to make quite a unique shape up there, and it acts as the roof for this structure. I'll have to fiddle around with the floors a bit because there is a lot of overlapping under there, rather distracting. So we come up the stairs and we have just a full garden section, and I figured have this so we could like have some of it covered, but I didn't want to go too over the top and make it fully covered. And I'll put in some like crops and stuff to go with this, but it's coming together quite nicely, looking rather cramped and crowded, but it gives a great little walkthrough underneath. And I've added a bunch of stuff up here. I've done this car frame before in other builds, and the car itself was too narrow, so I used conduits just to like place it into the walls, so it's just hanging up there, and overall it gives it quite a funky look. Just want to do some decorating on this, and then we can discuss what we're going to do on the underside. So there isn't too much left up here. Like, I'm not going to put a structure here. Might put like some chairs and stuff, but with the gate that swings out, it might be a bit awkward. I could probably fit something here, but what I want to focus on later on is going underneath the bridge. So people had suggested like a dock and had cranes like for bringing cargo up, which I thought was a pretty cool idea, so I think I will do that in the next video. But we've got enough room for 2 more structures on this side, so we'll be putting them here and here. So I'm thinking like a bar of some kind with the housing on the top, and we've still got this little section here that will lead down the bottom. And I don't know why people took the idea of Poseidon Energy being like over here, and we're going to take the power, and we wanted a reason for why I brought that up. And all I really meant by that was they're going to be siphoning power from here. There's nothing nefarious about it, but Lancer, as he always does, wants to know the reasons behind stuff. We're not having another toll situation where it started out as a nice, loving community, and someone decided to make it a very horrible place, and we ended up with the water shortage, we'll say. There is nothing bad about the settlement. Stop asking. We are good people here at Bridgetown. Okay? Anyways, let's get to the decorating. While I'm not finished with this settlement just yet, I'd love to know where you guys think I should build next. Let me know in the comments below, or head over to the Discord server. You'll find the link in the description. That's all the decorating done now. So what I've actually ended up doing is we've got a little housing unit on this side, and we've got a butcher and a barber's. And there's also stuff up at the top, which I'll get to shortly. I decided to drop in a little doghouse from CVC. With a little dog bowl out there as well. We'll just go into this little living quarters. Decided to have a little play around with a bit of a theme to each of the areas, and figured this guy got a little power hungry, collecting a bunch of batteries, just using Poseidon energy over there to restock batteries, and he's taking apart robots. Got these shutters from Kurotab and made a funky little light setup with the conduits, and he's got his pants hanging up there as well. But I figured I could be pulling apart robots, seeing how they work, make new robots. I'm not sure I could fit a robot workbench into this settlement, but I can bring some robots across, providing Conquest actually lets me do that. Just close that door. We'll come to the butchers next. So you can see this is very compact. Looks quite cool with the shutters on the side there. And we've got a little storefront here with the meat hanging up. Got scales there as well. We come through. Didn't want to clutter the place with too many doors, so I've got a curtain there and a curtain there. And if we come in, it's a bit messy. Got the meat hooks, but you've got a meat cupboard. It's fairly standard stuff in this one. Even though there's a little living quarters in the background there, still has a nice little view out the back. And if we come through, take a look at the butchers. That was the butchers. This is the barbers. Don't get those mistaken. Got a little waiting area and quite compact, but I think it worked out quite nicely. Couldn't find any scissors, so I chucked a bunch of tools on his table. Sims could come for haircuts, you know. And then we will come across and come up the top. So somebody mentioned fishing. Decided to chuck a little fishing spot just here, and I will be doing it on the bottom as well. So we'll come up here. I've got a little garden area for people just to hang out. And they're totally not alive gnomes that you just randomly find around the Commonwealth. But they could be chilling here. Because if Conquest doesn't let me bring settlers, we're going to have gnomes and teddy bears, I suppose. Got an outdoor fridge there with the little... It's a cryolator box, I believe. And we've come across our little rickety bridge. And you come to our rooftop garden. It's looking nicely filled out, collecting all of the vegetables that have grown. And this should sustain our settlers for a decent amount of time. And we have to come down, so we'll come back down the stairs and through here and along into here. So we've got another little rooftop area. I figured they could just hang out up here, and I wanted to make my own little fire pit, so what I did was put the campfire down with the cinder blocks, and then there's two of these like fire barrels, and it makes a cool little fire pit thing. And we've got the umbrellas, parasols from Creation Club, which look quite cool. And we've got some plants in the corner. But overall, this place is coming together nicely, and we do have quite a few ideas, but that's going to have to wait until part 3, because that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.